What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and help you guys better understand the price action of Tesla. I'm also going to be talking about the overall stock market and what you should be anticipating going forward, as we do have some major announcements that just came out from Jerome Powell. I'm also going to be talking about what Elon Musk is going to be doing tomorrow, as we have some major news, as we have the grand opening of the Giga Berlin. That makes me super excited. This is a very big catalyst for the long-term future of Tesla, and it makes me very excited. Now, before I talk about what's going on, what you should be expecting, and how Tesla's share price may move because of this, I do have to mention a couple of very important things first. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, but benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to get a free NEO share. So if you want a free NEO share, check out the offer down below. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, we were up over 1.74% for the day. And the interesting thing is the fact that the SPY was actually down today over 0.003%. So I mean, it was very minor. It was not necessarily anything too big that happened. I mean, we did see a lot of fake outs that did kind of trick both bears and bulls today, and the market was essentially kind of sideways, but Tesla did pretty well, held up very strongly, and this makes me very excited for tomorrow. But also, I have to note something important, that is the possibility of downside in the upcoming days for Tesla. Now, one of the things that's interesting is this. The market is currently less fearful now than before. It's looking a lot stronger. And the thing about that is the fact that, look, Jerome Powell did say something very important that did cause the market to become a little bit more shaky today. So, Jerome Powell, who's the chairman of the Fed, he talked about the fact that inflation is actually a very serious issue and it's way too high. And he did state that the Fed will have to take necessary steps to address these issues. And he did imply that we may see another rate hike that's higher than 25 basis points or around 50 basis points, right? So that in turn is not going to be great for the stock market, because we are seeing the economy get slowed down again, because inflation is getting out of hand. And because of these more, how should I say, hawkish policy changes, this in turn is going to have an effect on the market. So because he did make this announcement, this in turn did cause the market to kind of trade a little bit more on the sideways side. I mean, if you look at what happened to the SPY or the QQQ, you guys could see, let me bring up the 1-day chart. You guys can see there was a lot of sideways action. We got this like rug pull right over here. It caused that big dip, but 440 did hold up on the SPY. And as a result, I think we saw something similar happen to Tesla. We got that rug pull, but at the end of the day, it held up very well, actually. It held up pretty darn well. And that's because of the fact that tomorrow is going to be a massive day for us going forward. Now, before I get into technicals, just check this out real quick. Elon Musk, the man, the myth, the legend, is headed to Germany right now. At least a couple of hours ago he was, and this is going to be amazing, because he is going to be cutting the ribbon for the Giga Berlin. Let's go, guys. This is the grand opening. It's very awesome. And this is going to be huge for Tesla, considering the fact that if you actually scroll down and look at the data, this gives Tesla the ability, and they're approved to produce over 500,000 vehicles there annually. That's going to be absolutely fantastic for their share price. It's going to be good for their EPS. It's going to be so good for their revenue. I mean, I'm super pumped and excited for this going forward. And I know there were some environmental concerns that did kind of slow things down, but we're finally here. Elon Musk is finally going to be unveiling this, and this is going to be fantastic going forward. Now, we also have some tweets that came out. I'm going to read these to you real quick before I do technical analysis. Basically, tomorrow, Elon Musk will officially be cutting the red ribbon on the Giga Berlin factory, with Tesla now establishing a major manufacturing factory in Europe, and that's going to be absolutely fantastic. And Elon Musk responded with, it makes a huge difference on capital efficiency to localize production within a continent. Once again, that's very insane. I'm super proud of them. People are saying that this is very important for their ambitions, and it's going to help improve Europe and the world. Now, there were a lot of tweets that came out. I'm not going to go into too many details about them, but what is this going to do for Tesla, right? What on earth is going to happen since we have this big, unveiling? And I think what's happening is, if I bring up the 5-day chart, let me like zoom out a little. We had this accelerated growth, and Tesla's been growing really hard, especially like the last few days, we've been doing really well, right? But the problem is, and let me bring up the dailies. The problem is, zooming into this, you guys can see we had a ton of green days in a row, 5 major green days in a row. And as a result, although that's awesome, although I love Tesla, we have to be realistic. And the fact that downside may start to happen within the next couple of days or within a week or two from now, we're probably going to see quite a bit of downside. But for tomorrow, what I think is going to happen is when Elon Musk cuts the ribbon, Tesla, the share price is going to initially run up pretty hard, but I do think a lot of the bullish price action is already priced in right now. So what I expect is we're going to run up. We could even break the resistance we have at 942. We could go as high as 950. Then we're slowly going to start descending. We're slowly going to descend a little bit. We're probably going to close a little bit in the green tomorrow. I do think we should be a little green. I'm not 100% sure about that, but going forward, I do see a little bit of downside coming. Now, I don't know if it's going to form like at the end of this pennant. I don't think this is actually going to affect us too much, but I do think that we are primed for a little bit of downside, a little bit of cooling off. We kind of have to do that. We need to really, really settle down because being way too green all the time is not great. It's not great for a share price because the good thing about Tesla is this, and I wanted to calm everyone down when I said this in my previous video. Look, if this thing drops a little bit, don't panic, don't be scared, because as fast as it drops, this thing could run up in an instant. This thing runs up so fast. I mean, look how quickly this thing ran from, what is this? The 900 flat dollar level, 900 within like 3 days or 2.5 days. It went from 900 flats all the way up to 942. It happens so fast. So this thing could run really fast. I recommend not sleeping on the stock, but I do expect there to be some pullback relatively soon. I think the whole market kind of needs that. And I don't want you guys to panic when that comes. So when we do pull back, or if we do, where are we going to be going to? So, like I said previously, we're probably going to run up 940, maybe as high as 950, get rejected because that has very high volume nodes. Then once we get that rejection, we're probably going to start dropping a little bit. We're probably going to close maybe 930 tomorrow, maybe. But then in the upcoming days, what could happen is we're going to start descending a little bit. Now, the key support, or at least a support that can help us, is the 907 range. Look out for 907. I think that should hold us for some time, but I'm not quite confident that's going to hold us for much longer than that. So, what could end up happening is we're going to drop a little bit. We could go as low as the 900, and then we're probably going to get a bounce either at 900 or 889. That's what I would expect. And once we get that bounce, we'll continue to move to the upside after that. And we're going to see a lot more steady growth because that's not the only catalyst, right? The Giga Berlin is not the only catalyst. We have the Giga Texas as well. That's going to have their opening party, I think, within 2 weeks. Once again, big things are still coming, so do not sleep on this stock. There will most likely be a day or two of red coming, some sideways action. But when those things come, do not panic. Do not be afraid if you're a long term investor. It's going to recover, it's going to bounce back. Do not worry. Now, that's not financial advice, by the way. I'm simply just dissecting this chart. Let's look at some technical indicators real quick before I end the video. Looking at the volume, and this is one of the other things I wanted to actually note first. The volume is looking a little bit more healthy. We're starting to see a lot of green candles, but it's not like super huge for how much we ran up, which is an indicator that a pullback should be coming relatively soon. I just don't know the exact date. I'm assuming perhaps on Wednesday, maybe earlier, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, looking at the 2 hour candles, I'm actually able to look at more technical indicators. We did get this cross over the MACD and the 9-day moving average. It still is perpetuating, but we are kind of hitting that like high point where we're hit by stronger resistance. RSI is showing that we are overbought, but that typically doesn't matter because of the fact that Tesla could keep on running. But what's different is we're not in a perfect market condition quite yet. It's definitely improving, but it's not perfect. When the market was super like bullish, that's when we saw RSI overbought like this, and we could have stayed like this for months when this thing was running, but we're not there yet. So I do expect this thing to kind of cool off just a little bit. I also want to talk about the DMI real quick because we are still waiting to see the ADX kind of maybe drop a little bit before we see this crossover from the positive and negative lines. We're not seeing it quite yet. So like I said, we may have a little bit of room to run up a little bit, but we are getting hit by higher levels of resistance between that $950, $960 range. I do think we're going to get rejected a little bit, and I do see a bit of a pullback coming. So I want to warn you guys, it may not happen tomorrow, but in the upcoming days, it may come. And like I said, don't be scared. Don't be worried. Everything is going to be all right. I think a lot of the excitement for the Giga Berlin is kind of priced in, so don't be too scared. But remember, pullbacks are normal. They're healthy. When they come, don't be scared. Don't cry. Just remain calm, cool, and collected, and change your strategy based off that. Because eventually, we're gonna bounce back. We have more catalysts coming, and eventually, the company is gonna just grow and grow and grow, and things are going to improve. Now, the next 6 months may be a little bit tough. I'm going to have to be real because Jerome Powell is talking about how inflation is a big issue. And yeah, like I said, there could be sideways action that continues for the later months of this year, but I'm not scared. I'm not worried because I'm still holding Tesla shares because I know and I'm confident that eventually we're going to prevail. We're going to make it through this and things are going to improve. Anyways, that's what I have for this video. I hope you all found value in this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.